Gentlemen, welcome back to Becoming a Better Man. I'm Eli, and today I'm going to be sharing a story regarding a woman, a 32-year-old woman that made a Reddit posting regarding her dating experiences with men, and she wants to share this as advice for other men. I thought it was rather interesting and very comical because this woman stated that she's only been in one relationship in her entire life with a man considered very attractive. But she's found that the better men, well, this guy that was very attractive, I forgot to say, was not a good guy, just not a good guy. We'll get into that when we get into the posting here in a second. But then she said that she dated some other men that were decent guys and had their stuff together, but were considered under average as far as the attractiveness, the physical attractiveness scale. And it kind of makes me lead to believe that this woman, throughout her 20s, like you guys have probably heard many other times before, was hooking up with the Chads and Tyrones in college, the most attractive guys that didn't want to settle down, and all they wanted to do was have fun, have sex with her, etc., right? And it seems like she's still looking for the Chad, right? She's looking for the Chads and Tyrones, right? So let's just get into it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Let me go ahead and switch on over to the browser screen. Come on. There we go. There it is. It popped up there. All right. This is from the subreddit dating_advice. And this woman writes the title, My Experience with Men, and in parentheses, meant as advice for you guys. So she writes, hey, so I have seen lots and lots of posts from frustrated men, and I just wanted to share my personal experience as a woman. Well, ma'am, I hate to tell you already that you're one of those women that frustrates men, and you wrote it in your posting here as to why men are frustrated. I'll explain more as we go through it. I am considered an attractive woman. Okay, it's nice that you know you're attractive. I think I'm attractive too. I don't think I'm the greatest looking guy, but I'm not the ugliest. I think I'm reasonably attractive, though average looking, right? This is not necessarily my personal opinion. I have days I think so and days I really don't think so. Okay, yeah, we all go through that. I get it. But based on what I've been told and how much I have been approached in public, okay, well, there are a lot of thirsty men out there, ma'am, and, they will, go after any woman. So, I'm sure you know that, though, right? But you're probably above average looking is what you're trying to say. I have had 4 serious relationships in my life and have dated quite a lot. Oh, okay. So she's had 4 serious relationships in her life and she's dated quite a lot. Okay. When I read this the first time, I misunderstood it, but it's going to make sense here. I am 32 years old now. I have only had one relationship with an obviously attractive guy. Okay, like a Chad or Tyrone, right? It was my worst relationship. No kidding, because the Chads and Tyrones just want to have sex, ma'am, and just have fun and, date and bang other women at the same time. That's how it goes. Okay? While I know many attractive guys can be great and intelligent, it is simply not my experience, LOL. She's laughing because she knows exactly what she's doing. She's hooking up with the Chads and Tyrones because they're attractive and they're the best lovers in bed. But there's nothing more besides that. And she wants the attractive guy. She wants the Chad that's very attractive, has a lot of money, 6 figures or more, 6 inches or greater below the belt, 6 feet or taller, etc., and 6-pack abs, right? And she wants him to be the provider and the dad and all that, right? And the Chads and Tyrones don't want that. This guy I dated was beautiful and hot, but he was also a bit ignorant, vindictive, petty, and even abusive. That's because, man, he's like the male version of you. You know you're hot, and you're going to have the hottest guys. And the same thing with the Chads and Tyrones that you want. They're going to have the hottest women, right? And because they know they can get, any woman that they want, they're not in any hurry to settle down. And you're trying to lock down a Chad, man. It's not going to happen, okay? Except from him, I have only dated guys that are considered under average when it comes to attractiveness. but they had so much more to offer. But it doesn't matter, man, because attraction is a choice. I'm not saying this right today. Attraction is a must. It's not a choice. There we go. I'm a little bit, I don't know if the word is frustrated at this posting, but I'm just not surprised. Let's just keep moving forward here before I keep butchering this. Okay? So again, except from him, I have only dated guys that are considered under average when it comes to attractiveness, but they had so much more to offer. One was a professional piano player. Ooh, a professional piano player. That's hot, right, ma'am? Super fun and goofy and super passionate about his work. It was incredible to experience and so sexy when he was focused on his music. But what about physically, ma'am? What about making out with him? What about the intimacy and sex with him, right? What about his communication skills? Was he charming? Was he witty? Was he playful? Was he calling you out on your BS? Or was he complying with everything that you asked of him, right? One was studying law at university, and was a super fun and sweet and considerate guy. Super fun and sweet and considerate guy. He was a nice guy, right, ma'am? And nice guys finish last, right? Nothing wrong with a guy being a good guy, but be a good guy that stands up for himself and doesn't put the woman above him or below him. Puts the woman at the same level, right? A lot of these guys are so enamored that they have a hot chick like you in their life that they put you above them. And you pick that up, ma'am, and it's not attractive. Not attractive at all. We had so much fun and went out partying a lot. Oh, really? He is still my friend today. My friend! Okay. So it didn't work out, so you put him in friend zone and he agreed to it. That's a pathetic beta male right there, ma'am, and you know it. What I loved about him was that he enjoyed life and was so kind and open to everyone he met. Sounds like a good guy. The thing is, sounds like he's too nice of a guy, and he puts others ahead of himself first, right? Especially women. And when you put a woman, especially a hot woman, ahead of yourself as a man, that woman's going to pick up on that, and it's going to immediately repel her. There's going to be no sexual attraction there, no spark at all. It's going to be instant friend zone. And that's what's happening here to all these guys that are considered under average when it comes to attractiveness. Plus, you're not physically attracted to them, ma'am, right? But you're trying to settle for the beta male provider because the guys you really want won't settle with you, the Chads and Tyrones, right? You went out with one of them, and what happened? He was a bit ignorant, vindictive, petty, and even abusive, right? Another one was a business guy in marketing, and he was incredibly well-spoken and calm. Okay. That was sexy as hell. Then what was the problem? He never let anything affect him personally and always had a reasonable tone no matter the situation. Kind of sounds like me. He also observed a lot and didn't always engage in conversations, but he was always polite and friendly. Nothing wrong with being polite and friendly. Sounds like this guy was a good business guy. Sounds like he was confident and even, reasonably attractive. But why did this guy not get a chance, right? I know the other guy sounded a bit more beta and more introverted and not at her level. But this last guy seemed like a decent guy. So what happened? Let's read the next line. What all these guys had in common was that they were doing good on their own when I met them. None of them were coming on too strong. That's a good thing. They were having a good time and they showed healthy, honest but calm interest in me with no pressure whatsoever. And here's the kicker. Look at this. Let's highlight this right there. Also, all of these guys were considered short, around 170 centimeters, which is about 5'6" here in the U.S. So you folks understand that. So these guys were around 5'6" tall. And remember, women prefer to date men that are 6 feet or taller, okay, have 6 inches or greater packing below the belt, make 6 figures or more, and have 6-pack abs, right? That's what women want. That's this woman right here clearly states it, right? With the guy she went out with that was a jerk, So that's why this guy up here, the business guy, didn't get the chance because he's 5'6", and maybe this woman's 5'5", 5'6", but she's just not attracted to guys that are that short. And from what I've noticed, most women nowadays, if you're under 5'9" or so, or 5'8", you really don't stand a chance with most attractive women. I'm 5'10", so I really haven't had a problem, in the dating world. But yeah, I hate to admit it. It shouldn't be this way. But guys that are under 5'8", like 5'7", 5'6", yeah, it is going to be difficult according to the way women are today and the standards they have set. You guys just have to keep putting yourselves out there, and you will find some women that are okay with dating guys at that height. That's all I can say about that. It's just this woman wasn't open to it. Anyway, all right. So, what I want to say here, guys, looks really don't matter. That's bullshit, ma'am. Ma'am, you are full of it. Looks do matter. I can even say they matter to a certain extent. Not completely, but ma'am, you're a very attractive woman and you want a guy that's a 9 or a 10 on the attraction scale, and you're coming out here trying to give these guys advice, on why things don't work out, on why women, are not given the time of day. Ma'am, this is ridiculous here when you say looks really don't matter. What matters is what energy you transmit. Well, it seemed like this guy up here, the business guy, was a decent dude, well-spoken, calm, that was sexy as hell. But because he was only 5'6", ma'am, you didn't give him a chance. And then you come down here and say, what I want to say here, guys, looks really don't matter. That's bullshit. What matters is what energy you transmit. Energy does matter, but so does looks to a certain extent. And these guys are just not your cup of tea, ma'am. Desperate, depressed, needy energy equals find a way out of that before trying to date. Right. No one wants to be with a desperate, depressed, and needy person. Both men and women don't want a partner that's desperate, needy, and what's the other word there? Depressed, right? That just is not fun at all. You're not there to be a therapist. You're there to hang out and have fun with that person. Make sure you smell good, both body and breath. I agree with that. I'll give you that. And buy new clothes once in a while. I agree with that. I buy new clothes all the time. Cut your toenails, right? Just, normal grooming and taking care of yourself. But that's not the problem here. The problem here is these guys are 5'6", ma'am, or they're just, giving off the wrong energy. They're just too nice. They're too compliant with you. They won't call you out on your BS, right? And you feel they're not man enough for you. That's the truth of the matter there. That's it. The rest is you being good at what you do, loving what you do, enjoying hobbies, being around nice and kind people. I know it's easier said than done. I just wanted to share my experience. Good luck to everyone out there. Well, ma'am, here's the thing. You're basically one of those super hot women that's extremely picky, and you're trying to come out here and give other guys advice, and trying to make it come off like you're not picky, ma'am. But you sound very picky in the way that you wrote your story, based on the one guy that you dated that was super attractive, yet he was a jerk. But then the three other guys, the one guy you were in a relationship with, right? You said you were in the relationship. Well, the one guy that was super hot that you're in a relationship with. Then you had a relationship, short relationships, I believe, with three other guys that were considered under average in looks, right? So, yeah, ma'am. I mean, you didn't mention, what are you going to settle for? You're 32 years old and your biological clock is ticking. What are you going to settle for? Are you going to keep chasing the Chads and Tyrones? Or are you going to, settle for an average, decent-looking guy that has a great and fun personality, that respects himself, respects you, and you respect him? You didn't mention that, ma'am. But this is just one of those other typical women that, she may come off as nice and may be nice. She probably is a nice lady, but she's super picky and she's still Chad chasing. If you guys encounter a woman like this out there, no matter what, just stop talking with her. It's just not going to get you anywhere unless you're that Chatter Tyrone type of look, right? It's just not going to work out. That's my opinion on that. Let's go to the comments and see what was shared below. All right. I once asked my ex, who I'm still friends with, "You're friends with your ex? Why?" "Good relationship and good breakup. Why me and not other couple of guys I knew were interested?" Her answer struck her answer stuck with me, likely somewhat paraphrased due to the passage of time. "You don't need me. You don't think being with me is going to fix something in your life. You want to be with me, you'd be okay if you weren't." Okay. All right. I'm not quite sure what you were trying to say there, but all right. It is what it is. I have nothing to add to that. "This is what I'm looking for, a partner, 33 male too. I put my bio. I am happy with my life. Life can be better as a duo." That's a great thing to put in an online dating profile. Awesome. Doesn't sound needy. It just sounds like, hey, you're happy being alone, but if you found someone to complement your life, it would be even better. Fantastic. This dude says, "I am stealing this." Great. Me too. That's pretty much my wife and I in a nutshell. We both had successful lives before meeting each other, but we complement each other well. She doesn't need me, nor do I need her to exist. That's good, because in today's day and age, it's not like the movie Jerry Maguire, where they said, "You complete me. You had me at hello," right? It's not about completing each other. It's about coming together complete as individuals and sharing each other's completeness together, right? Because women are liberated nowadays and they're making their own money, they're buying their own homes, they're buying their own cars, etc. Okay? The man and the woman need to come into the relationship complete. And then you share each other's completeness together. It's not about completing each other anymore like it was during the days of traditionalism. She doesn't need me, nor do I need her to exist. She's expanded and improved my life, but neither of us depends on the other for survival. And I'm sure you've expanded and improved her life as well. Nothing wrong with that. Why would you want to be with someone in a relationship or a marriage that wouldn't be a benefit to your life and you wouldn't be a benefit to theirs? That's the whole point of a relationship. She definitely helped me get a good rate on our home loan, though. And then he's got the crying out laughter emoji. Well, that's great when you have a wife that knows some friends or knows some tricks on how to get a better rate on the home loan to save some money on interest. Hey, I'm going to give her a big round of applause for that one. Yeah. That makes sense. But what about physical attractiveness? I'm sure you both are physically attracted to each other. That's one of the most important things. Actually, it's the most important thing before anything else can happen. If you don't feel that large rush or spark of sexual attraction when you first meet someone, it's never going to go anywhere. It is a great mindset to have, but personally, I would say it unless asked. I wouldn't say it unless asked. Let it show through your actions instead. They will be able to see it without you saying anything about it at all. Okay. Yeah, in other words, you're saying just be yourself. Don't pretend or try to be somebody you're not just to try to get the woman, because women are very intuitive and they'll pick up on that, and basically they're going to lose respect for you and they're going to friend zone you or just not want to see you anymore. They're not going to be able to trust your masculine core. Yeah, because it could be misinterpreted as "you'll be second in my life, always." And people have no choice but to be very judgmental of your bio. Well, they do have a choice. It's just some people are just very picky and choosy. Just avoid those people and focus on the ones that are, good, reasonable, laid back, down to earth people. This is so good. As a 31-year-old male about to get back in the game after more than a year being single, I'm scared. I don't blame you, brother. It's a bloodbath out there. The dating world is unlike anything we've ever seen. But I'm happy and successful, so I want but don't need. Well, take your time, bro. Go out there, go on some dates, right? And listen, guys, I keep saying this. You guys can meet women for a first date and not have to spend any money besides the gas you put in your car to meet her, right? I would meet women on a first date for a walk at the park, maybe like late in the afternoon. And you want to do it late in the afternoon, so by the time you're done with the walk, it's close to getting dark. And that way, if things work out, maybe you end up going to dinner after that if things are going good. And who knows, maybe you might end up back at your place or her place or make out in your car or something. But you want to put yourself in a position, first and foremost, where you can quickly find out if there's that large rush or spark of physical attraction when you first meet. So a walk in the late afternoon is good to do that. I'm pretty daring, and sometimes I've met women like in a supermarket parking lot in the early evening once it gets dark, and we just sit in my car and talk, and sometimes we make out and it turns into something, and other times it doesn't. But you guys have to, when you're going on a first date nowadays, you don't want to take the woman, to dinner. And a lot of coaches will tell you, go have one or two drinks with the woman. I wouldn't even do that because drinks are freaking expensive, right? You have one, if you even have one drink with a woman, that's like $10 right there. You don't need to invest any money into that woman until you know you're getting a second date, until you know she's physically attracted to you, and she'll prove that to you once she starts making out with you, right? And things start moving forward, right? All right, let's read a few more here before we wrap this up. I agree. One time I was in this singles group, and I told this lady I was totally self-sufficient, and she said that I was never going to find a woman, and I never did. So why'd you tell a lady you were self-sufficient? If you're self-sufficient, sir, there's no need to say that. It'll just show itself automatically. She picked up on your lie. You're BSing. Well, that's not completely true, but still, there was a lot of truth in that. I'm used to taking care of myself. I have not dated in 12 years, and I don't think I have the energy. Why not? You giving up? How old are you? Are you in your 30s or 40s? Or your 50s? My life is so calm and so mellow, and it's really nice. It's also probably very, very lonely, sir. I'm a nice guy. Well, that's part of the problem, dude. Nothing wrong with being a good guy. Nothing wrong with being a nice guy, but when you say, in today's day and age, when a lady says you're a nice guy, it means like you're a doormat. It means like you're a people pleaser. And that's a big turnoff. And it also means you have no self-love, self-respect, or spine for yourself as a man. So be a good guy, but not a nice guy. See, you're too nice of a guy. That's why you're not attracting women. I make people laugh. That's nice. I'm laughing right now. Well, you're laughing to compensate for your loneliness, sir. You're lonely. You're just masking it right now. I really enjoy making people laugh. You already said that. I guess I have a different perspective. It's a little wacky, I will admit, but hey, it's not easy being green. Okay. Well, dude, you could find a woman that likes your personality. Your problem is simply this. You're too nice of a guy. You're a walking doormat. People step all over you, not just women, but other men. Maybe your friends do. You gotta have a spine, dude, and have some balls, and just be cool. But, if you don't agree with anything any one of your friends says or a woman says you're on a date with, right? Let her know. They'll respect that more about you. Trust me. Let's read one more here before we wrap this up here. I second this. I'm always happier when I'm not in a relationship. That's bullshit. Now, why do you guys have to say that, right? This is you guys just projecting your insecurities, and that's why you're single. It's because of this attitude. You got to turn the attitude around and say, look, I am worth it. I'm a good guy. I'm going to keep working on myself and better myself as best as possible, get in better shape, buy better clothes, etc., right? Okay? And think more positively, and it'll change. But when you're saying, I'm always happier when I'm not in a relationship, that is BS. I'm not buying that. Haven't dated in 3 years, and I never have to worry about a thing. Well, when you're not in a relationship, you have no one else to be in a relationship with, right? Part of being in a relationship is doing your part. You don't have to worry about doing your part is what you're saying. But sir, do you want to live a lonely and miserable life just because when you're in a relationship and you have a good woman in your life, part of having that company is doing your part? Do you just not want to do your part, so you withdraw? Or do you feel you're not worthy of a woman? Or have you been rejected so much because maybe you don't take care of yourself and you need to work on yourself a little more for putting yourself back out there? Come on. Oh, here, look what he says here. I keep myself looking good in case I do meet someone who changes my mind. Well, sir, when that woman comes around that just, enamors you, trust me, it'll change your mind. So it's a good thing that you keep yourself looking good in case I do meet someone who changes my mind. But you should keep yourself looking good for yourself, bro. And if the woman comes along, that's a bonus. You got to get into the attitude that you're doing this for you, not for the woman, right? It's a bonus for the woman that comes across you, right? It's more attractive when you do things for yourself that better you and make you look better than doing it for a woman. It's an attitude mindset, right? And women can tell when a man is really confident and when he's not. And sir, you're not confident. You need to work on that. But beyond that, I'm not really looking. Relationships just bring so much stress. With the wrong woman, they do with the right one. It's easy peasy. I always feel like I'm meant to bear both of our problems with a smile. Women are emotional beings, dude. Now, you don't want to be with a woman that gives you problems every time you hang out with her. But every now and then, even the best women out there with the best attitudes and personalities are going to have moments because they're emotional beings, right? If you're not willing to be the rock when they're going through those things, bro, then maybe it's better that you are single. But it's going to be a lonely night. Sorry, it's going to be a lonely life if you stay that way. Well, always constantly worrying if I'm enough or if I'm being too much. Well, dude, if you have self-confidence, right, and you love yourself and you focus on taking care of your things before, doing things for her or with her, then you'll never have to worry about it. Bro, if you have to worry about whether you're doing too much or too little, then you just don't get it. You need to continue working on yourself and building your confidence. You will get there, though. I've never told someone I was with, they couldn't go out without me. I don't know what you meant by that. You misspelled it. But whenever they did, I wouldn't be able to do anything except lay in bed worrying about what they were doing. Been cheated on multiple times in the past and had them lie about it straight to my face. So basically, you're saying you've never told anyone that was with you that they couldn't go out and do other things without you, right? Let me tell you something. A woman that's really into you is going to want to spend as much time with you as possible. And if she's going to go and hang out with other friends, she's going to want you to be there, right? I will tell you this, that now, in some cases, the women are going to have things to do without you, like they're a part of a, like a meetup group or something. Like, the woman that I'm hanging out with is part of a dart group, right? And so I think dart season is over now, but she would go and play darts once a week, right? And there were other guys and gals there. And that's not a big deal. I trust her on that, right? But for the most part, women that are constantly 2 or 3 or 4 times a month going out with their friends and not tagging you along, that's a sign that they're going astray. Okay? And that should tell you that they're not really into you. Women that are really into you are going to want to see you as often as possible, and when their friends want to hang out, they're going to bring you along with their friends every single time. Dude, you've been cheated on because you don't stand up for yourself, bro. You're a beta male, right? You need to work on standing up for yourself and not putting up with BS just to date a woman. And you need to learn to recognize, what women are good and what women are not good. This woman seems like she has a lack of integrity. So I'll get rid of it. I have a really hard, I think you meant to say time, you're leaving that word. I have a really hard time trusting people, but you never guess that unless I let you in on it, because you hold it in because you're too afraid to call her out on the truth because you know she's going to get mad and leave you. But dude, she's out banging other guys. So come on, dude, come on, man, seriously. Gee, Jesus Christ. I fear coming off as controlling, so I'll let my partner do whatever they want without question or letting them know how it makes me feel. Dude, you got to let your partner feel free to do what they want. But if they're spending more time with other people than going on dates with you, that should tell you something, bro. Come on, man. Jesus, dude, you're sitting there and you're so naive and gullible, dude. You're so gullible, man. This woman is begging Chad behind your back, and you're like providing for her monetarily in some other way, dude. You're the beta male provider, bro. That's probably not even getting any loving. She's getting it elsewhere. And if you're even getting a little bit of loving, she's not really enjoying it. So she's getting that elsewhere, and you're providing for her monetarily, dude. This is pathetic. I know that's completely on me, but the fear of being the target of some group chat man hate keeps me from opening my mouth about it. Well, dude, this is pathetic, man. You got to start standing up for yourself and not dealing with this BS, not dating women that have a lack of integrity like this one. Come on, dude. A woman that's totally into you is going to want to spend every moment with you that she's free. That's how women are, dude. Trust me about that one. All right, folks. That's going to wrap it up for this video here. Let me go back to full screen. Yeah, I have to say that I'm very leery when women in their early 30s are making postings like this, saying, "I'm here to share my dating experiences so the other guys out there can learn from my experiences," right? What did they really learn from this experience, man? That you're just another one of those women that they've been struggling with. So in essence, with no disrespect, you didn't help them. I dissected this video and pretty much helped them by telling them the truth about what you should have said or how you were actually coming off in your posting. So with that being said, folks, thank you for taking the time to view another video here. Another video is coming to this channel soon, Becoming a Better Man. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.